What's up, NBA fans? What's up, all sports fans? What's up, NBA fans? What's up, all sports fans? What's up, NBA fans? What's up, all sports fans? This is JB right here, host of the Behind the Bench podcast network and channel. So I want to drop in for a few, man, and talk about something that's that used to be celebrated in the rich history of the NBA, but under today's current realm, everything has become distorted and twisted. All at the blink of an eye. Now, you know how they say a picture is worth 1,000 words? Well, in this case, a picture should be worth 1,000,000 words. Because unless you was a fan of the NBA and had an opportunity to watch this game in real time, it's really difficult. It's a challenge to really understand just how great Michael Jordan's performance was in this game. You had to see it, or as Phil Jackson said, right after this game, they aired a Gatorade commercial. Be like Mike, and Phil Jackson said, he made me a believer. And you really have to have seen the game to understand the context and the magnitude of what Michael Jordan accomplished. Because first of all, this was Game 5 of the 1997 NBA Finals, played in Utah. The series was tied 2-2. Now, the Chicago Bulls had home court, and they was playing under the 2-3-2 format. So Bulls won the first two games at home to go up 2-0. Then the Jazz won the next two games, playing at the time the Delta Center. That was the name of their arena. And they tied the series going into this epic fifth game. Now, everybody, you know, the story about Michael Jordan. And I remember doing the pregame, because it's a lot of hyperbole. You know, some people say, you know, was he sick or was he under the influence or whatnot? But pregame, they shared with the audience that Michael Jordan had suffered food poisoning. He ordered a pizza in his hotel room, and mysteriously, that pizza, you know, was probably included some extra ingredient per se to try to make the man sick. So really, by him having food poisoning, when they showed him walking off the team bus entering an arena, you could tell something was wrong with him. And it looked like he had lost about 10 pounds. He didn't look himself, and he really shouldn't have played in that game. It was during their game time decision. But as he said after this game, he said, I wanted really bad. And he said he did it for the city of Chicago. See, when you lay it all on the line like that, considering it was at stake a championship, because think about it. If Utah win Game 5, they go up 3-2, going back to Chicago, and you don't know what could have happened. The momentum of winning a Game 5 can carry over to a Game 6, and Utah could have won that series. Now, remember, Utah had the second best record in the NBA, only behind the Bulls. The Bulls finished the regular season with a 69-13 record. Utah finished with a 64-18 record. So those were clearly the two best teams in the finals that year. And Karl Malone was the league MVP. So Utah was not a flukish team. They was always a perennial title contender. And they finally advanced to their first NBA finals that year. So you think about all the scenarios. You think about, you know, all the circumstances that would lead to that Game 5, and a game where Michael Jordan really shouldn't have played in. And, you know, It's unfortunate how today's sports commentary wants to distort everything really to appeal to the lowest common denominator. But in real time, when you watch this game unfold, you really understand the true dynamic between Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen. And these are the games when the Bulls absolutely had to have it. You know, contrary to popular belief, today's sports commentary will try to convince you that that Bulls team was a super team. But if you really break it down, player by player, position by position, it was anything but a super team. And this game right here showed it. This game right here showed it. Michael Jordan, as great as Scottie Pippen was, as he became over the years playing alongside Jordan, Scottie Pippen, in essence, was an extension of Michael Jordan's greatness. So the more the Bulls won, the more popular Scottie Pippen became in the process, which is cool because, you know, I'm not going to sit here and say Scottie Pippen didn't earn his marketing lead because he did. But the fact of the matter is, playing alongside Michael Jordan helped him become the player that he became. There's nothing wrong with that. It's not taking nothing away from Scottie, but it is what it is. But the games that the Bulls, during their championship run, the first three-peat, and would turn out to be their second three-peat, the games that the Bulls absolutely had to have where the season was on the line or their championship run could have ended, Michael Jordan showed you who he was. Every single time. When he played a full 82-game season, I'm not referring to his return to the NBA in 95 with 17 games left to go in the regular season, where he was not in complete basketball shape and the Bulls fell short that year, but then came right back in 1996 and won their fourth championship with Michael Jordan leading the way. But this game right here epitomizes who was who on that team. Because after this game, they interviewed Scottie Pippen and he said, Michael Jordan, as our leader, stepped up and led this team where I should have did more. We should have did more to help him win. And in real time, when there's no agenda, where there's no preconceived thought, everything is authentic, everything is raw, it's right there on the surface, you knew who was who on that team. Michael Jordan was the number one guy. Scottie Pippen was the number two guy. Now, in this game here, which they dubbed the flu game, Scottie Pippen has something like 15 to 17 points. It kind of reminded me of the 92 Eastern Conference semifinals game 7 between the Bulls and the Knicks. Similar circumstances where their season was on the line. Do or die. And in that game, Pippen had 17 points. Not saying that he played bad, but he played like a number 2 player. Michael Jordan had 42 points. And in this game, the flu game, Pippen had like 15 points. Jordan had 37. And he hit one big shot after the next. And along with Scottie Pippen, played stellar defense going down the stretch because Utah could have won that game. But Michael Jordan's greatness to overcome sickness in a game where he had no business playing, he stepped up and led his team to victory and eventually their 5th NBA championship. So when I see this photo that says a million words, Michael Jordan was that guy. And that's why Scottie Pippen helped Michael Jordan walk to the bench because he knew Jordan saved that team, and he knew that he saved the season for the Chicago Bulls and for the city of Chicago. This was epic. And to have the opportunity to watch a game like this, looking back on it all, instead of tearing down Michael Jordan's legacy, which has only occurred over these past 6 to 7 years, we need to re-celebrate Michael Jordan. And not only what he did for the Chicago Bulls, but what he did for not just the NBA, but for the sport of basketball. So I just want to drop in real quick and give props once again to the great Michael Jordan. And this is JB, the host of Behind the Bench, and I will holler later.